Y'all know the number of van lifers in the United States has increased by 63% in the last couple of years, going from 1.9 million in 2020 to 3.1 million in 2022. And the number is continuing to climb, and the amount of van lifers that are out here continues to increase. A lot of your middle class have gone to van life due to the fact that the cost of living has gotten so high that it has priced them out of homes. So they're moving into their vans. I have had several people ask me would I sell my van, or am I interested in selling my van, because of the fact that they know that these vehicles are expensive. They're going up in price, and because people are moving to van life, it's causing the van explosion. That's just call the thing a thing. It's causing van prices to explode all over the world. All over the United States, for people trying to get these vans in order to live in. I mean, you think of the average cost of a house is 350 some thousand, but you can get a van for about 130,000 for an RV or whatever, and you can buy a regular van. Now you probably could get a van for 60 to 70,000, brand spanking new. These vans are beginning to be very expensive, and the prices continue to going up. But a lot of your middle class are moving to van life due to the fact that they refuse to pay these high costs of living, expensive to rent these apartments, and to rent them at 3 times the amount of the rent, or 2 times the amount of the rent, at $2,000, $3,000 for an apartment that you could have gotten back in the day for $1,500, or back in the day for even as cheap as $900. I mean, a lot of times we got to think about the prices of how things have gone up and how we are being priced out of living in the United States. So therefore, it is cheaper for them to be able to have a life and build a life, is for them to be able to take matters into their own hands and be able to protect their income and protect their money. I mean, when you think of van life and you think of exactly how much cheaper it is to be able to live in a van opposed to being able to live in a house or these apartments nowadays, and constantly keep getting their rent going up, or you feeling as though that you have to rob Peter to pay Paul, and you can't see yourself getting ahead nowhere or enjoying life at all, and so you live in a house nowadays, it's just outrageous. And when you think about the fact of your income being depleted if you continue to keep chasing that, what quote unquote used to be the American dream. It was the American dream for you to have a house. So why are people moving into their RVs and moving into their vans and moving into their cars? Because this is where we are as a human beings, as the cost of living in America right now. You cannot afford to live in a house at this time. And it's sad, because we were not created to live outdoors. We're not built for that weather outdoors. We will get sick a lot faster. You got so many elderly folks that are out there living in vans, living in RVs, living in cars, and now the middle class that you have forced to the street, a lot of them are searching for vans. They're even searching for some of the older vans that are in the yard, especially those that are mechanically inclined and know how to fix these older vans up. They're buying these vans right out of people's yards, and they're taking them and they're fixing them up, they're remodeling them, and they're actually making them into mini homes for them and their family, as they can get on the road. But you really have to be mechanically inclined to be able to live that type of life, and to be able to protect yourself out there with the elements, and to be able to protect yourself from the things that you may encounter while you're out there doing van life. Van life has become very desirable for a lot of people, very affordable for a lot of people, and some of them are doing it by choice, and some of them are being forced to do van life. When you think about it, you got one person out there doing van life by yourself, you are in a better position. Why? Because you only got to look after you. I remember my mother telling me all the time, it's a mighty poor hen that cannot scratch for one bitty. And that's what she used to say all the time, meaning it's a mighty poor person that cannot take care of themselves. So as I move around in my van, I look around, and I've had several people just walk right up to me and ask me, young lady, would you like to sell that van? I would not sell my van. Why I would not sell my van is because we do not know what tomorrow may hold. This very van that I have paid for, this very van that is I don't owe nothing on the van. First and foremost, I don't owe no payments on this van. This van is completely paid for. This van, as far as mileage concerned, it's a 2013. Hold on a minute, let me show y'all. Let me see now. This van only got, hold on, let me see if I can flip it around so you can see. This van only got 67,316 miles on it. So, and that check engine light is not on. It's just because I had the switch on, but I don't have no check engine lights on in here either. But yeah, See, that's what the dashboard looks like when it's running. There's no check engine lights on. This van is in good condition. It always gets its regular oil change, and it's been giving me good mileage, but I don't owe anything on this van, so I have no reason to get rid of this van. So with that being said, I am in the market for looking for me another vehicle, but right now my van is running good and I'm in the middle of paying off some bills and getting some things cleaned up just like anybody else. But my van has done me very well. It's a 2013 Chevy Express van, and it does not have a lot of miles on it, and it takes me and bring me and my son wherever we got to go, and I can also use it to haul. But the main reason why I would not get rid of this van is because of the fact that I don't know what the future may bring for me and my son. There could come a time that me and my son, who is disabled, we may have to live in this very same van. We don't know, with the way the world is today and the way that they're pricing people out of their living conditions. They're raising taxes on people's property. People are out here stealing people's property. You don't know what the devil is trying to do behind closed doors, but I know God has blessed this place, and I know that I'm going to do everything I possibly can to stay on it and to be able to stay in it and be able to provide for me and my son right here. But yet and still, I'm not ready to go out there and buy another vehicle or give away this very vehicle that is paid for, that I know that has carried me and brought me this many years, is not giving me no trouble. Vans are very desirable. You may find somebody that may walk right up to you and ask you, can they purchase your van right out from under you? Why? Because they really do want these vans. I've heard a lot of people say that they would never sell their vehicle, not in this economy the way it is now. If you have a vehicle that's paid for, it is better, even if it's a car, it's better for you to keep that vehicle if it's running good and stay in it the best way you possibly can, because this van right here may be the very home that me and my son have to live in. This cargo van, this is an express cargo van. There's no seats in the back of it, so therefore it's open space that I can actually turn it into a home back there if it's who I have to go out on the road. But my hope is to never have to sell this van. I will keep this van just for the reasons why things are going on in the world today, and it's paid for, and the fact that I like to haul things, and when I do have to go get things and pick things up and have to lift things from Home Depot and Lowe's, I haul things, I don't have to pay nobody to do so. I can actually put those things in this van and bring them back and forth, even once I get me another car, because I've had this van with 2 cars. So I would have this van in 1 car, and I plan on buying myself still my Honda Accord. I got my heart set on my Honda Accord, y'all. And so with that being said, that's why I will not sell this van. Vans are the most desirable vehicles that are on the road right now for the middle class that are leaving their apartments, leaving their houses. They're actually looking for vans that they can actually, those that know how to remodel, or they can afford to have them remodeled, they'll remodel them and they're turning them into affordable homes on the road, and they're on the road with these vans and they're going where they need to go. And I really believe that this is why a lot of this van explosion has taken place. It has truly taken place, and it's taken off. So they're even at that, the dealerships know that they can get more for these vans. So as you go to the van, to the dealerships, and you start trying to purchase a van of this size, especially one this cargo, meaning it's completely cleaned out already in the back. There's no seats in the back. It's all ready to go. If you want to lay your plyboard and everything to build back there and turn it into a home, and you got a clean blank slate to do so. And that's why they're pricing these vans over the asking price of what they used to be before. Now is all the prices of these vans almost doubled. They almost doubled from what I got this van for back in the day. I think when I bought this van back in 2013, I believe I paid I believe anywhere from 18 to 20,000 for this van back then. You can't even get this van for that price new right now. You cannot get this van at that price right now, because these vans are expensive. And even if I wanted to sell this van right now, they're not going to give me what they're going to try to give me a low ball price for it so they can sell it for top dollar because of the low mileage on it, and it has been well kept and it's been well serviced. So no, I will not sell my van. My van is paid for. I will keep this van, and I will keep it up, and I will continue to keep taking it to the shop. I will continue to keep maintenance on it, but I will not sell my van. And I know van life is something that sometimes you may not want to do it, but you might have to do it. So you have to keep yourself 2 avenues. If I have to bug out and grab my bug out bag and grab some stuff out of this place to leave this place for any reason, to save me and my son, or for safety for me and my son, if we got to roll out of here, then you better believe I'm going to need this van to do so, because I'm going to have to take more than just me and him, because he also has a wheelchair that I cannot stuff in a car. He's got equipment that I have to take with him. So therefore I make sure that I keep me and him a bug out bag ready to go, just in case we got to get up out of here and go to somewhere else, wherever that somewhere else is. And like I said, I never mentioned my somewhere else, but I do got somewhere else to go. And y'all better make sure that you got a plan A and a plan B too, because you never know how rough things might get. Just in case things do get rough and you can't stay in that place on your own and you can't handle that place on your own, you better know exactly where you headed. Make sure you keep them vehicles full of gas. Make sure you keep your eye head on a swivel and keep your eyes on the prize. That's all I'm gonna tell you. But be ready. Be ready in this hour. Be ready in this hour. But don't let nobody trick you out your spot. Don't let nobody sell the very van. Do not let nobody make you sell the very vehicle that's paid for just because you may want something else, or you might think you want something that's cute or something that's better, or you trying to keep up with somebody else. No, this is a 2013 Chevy Express van that is not for sale, that I will continue to keep driving. I will continue to keep staying in it. I will keep it close to me, and I will keep it full of gas and ready to go in case I need to bug out and get up out of here. I know I got a vehicle that's ready to go, and one that can take me and my child to higher ground or to a safer place. So with that being said, I hope this video will help somebody. But listen at this also. Listen at this. Hold on. Listen to this. There is a lot of people that you might can look on Marketplace, Craigslist, different places. If you're in the market for looking for a van that you really need to put you and your family in, you might want to check those places. You might want to check some of your local buy here, pay here lots that may have some vans. I'm not saying these vans are going to be cheap, but at least you can start looking and see exactly what it's going to cost you to get a van, even if it's one that you may have to gut and redo and just, rebuild it the way, if you got that kind of talent, or somebody who's talented in that area to be able to put a new engine in a vehicle or something of that nature. You might want to try some of that, or you might want to just look on Craigslist or on Marketplace and see if you can find yourself a van. And don't forget about eBay, y'all. Don't sleep on eBay. eBay be selling a lot of vehicles on there too. Even my Honda Accord, I've been looking around on there too for that, but I'm not going to buy mine off of there. I just like looking to see, you can get ideas of what prices are and what they're selling for and what they're bidding for and things of that nature. So if you're in the market to buy yourself a van, take your time and start looking for your van, and make sure you get one that is actually going to accommodate you and your family if you have a family. But if you're just a van lifer and you're out there and you're trying to save money, the van is the way to go. Why? Because van life is not going to cost you as much as it would for you to move into a $2,000 or $3,000 apartment and try to start making it on your own by yourself. In that situation, you would deplete your income a lot faster like that. And if you have a job, that's even better because of the fact that you can return back to your van, and then you don't have to worry about all the extra overhead, as far as electric and paying for if you got gas or oil or however you heating the place, or and so you still got to pay your electric bill and your cable bill and a telephone bill and all these extra bills that you got running through these houses that we have. I got mine running as cheap as possible, because a lot of things that other people use I don't even use. So I make sure that I keep my debt down and keep my bills down, and I'm trying my best to make sure that I pay off some debt so that I can be completely ready when it's time for me to get my vehicle. I plan to be able to buy my vehicle hopefully cash. That's the way I want to buy it, but we'll see. But I do plan on getting a car soon. But until then, I'm going to stay in my van, and my van is not for sale. So y'all just do the best y'all can. I love y'all. I thank you for just taking the time to listen at the videos that I put out, because I do try to give the best advice I possibly can. But I do know that van life has exploded. I know a lot of your middle class are going to van life. I know that it's saving them more money. If they continue to do it that way, they will be able to save more money to be able to live a lot longer and to be able to build a future of some kind where they can at least begin to travel if need be, or they can finish out their terms on the jobs that they have and go ahead and start setting themselves up for some money that they may have when they get a little older to retire with. But at the rate they're going, if you stay in these apartments paying these high rents, or if you allow yourself to be tied up into a balloon mortgage payment where all your money is going to get depleted, or you're in a situation where you're in a lot rent and it keep going up, no matter what situation you're in, and you keep allowing somebody to continue to keep eating away at your income, before you put yourself in that predicament, I understand why you would go van life. Van life would be the way to go. Why? Because people are saving money out there. Just be careful out there. Make sure you parking where you're safe. Make sure that you're spending your money wisely, even in that situation. And make sure, first of all, that your vehicle is good enough so that you won't have to keep putting a lot of repairs into it, because you don't want that eating up your money either, because the cost of fixing these vans RVs, cars, wherever. You already know to take them to a mechanic could cost you a whole lot of money. So just make sure that you're being mindful and that you've added up the cost for whatever it's going to cost you to live that life, as far as food and everything. And make sure that you keep the right air conditioning, the right ventilation while you're in these vehicles. Make sure that you're able to still prep you some food, so you have extra food under a seat, in a tub, in a bucket, or whatever, that you may be safe. So with that being said, I just want y'all to know that I love you, that I'm thinking of you, and I will definitely be keeping you in prayer as you're out there. I do watch a lot of y'all videos, a lot of the Van Lifers videos. I do pray for y'all, especially the ones that have been forced out of their homes into van life. Now, it's one thing if you've chosen this thing, but there's a lot of them that did not choose this way of living. They've been forced into this way of living because they have been forced out of their homes. They've been maxed out of their, even some of them been maxed out of their state as far as living conditions. They got to move to a different state to be able to survive. So I just want to say, y'all, we all got to be able to pray one for another, and we all got to not just think of ourselves. Think of your fellow brothers and sisters that are out there going through, and send up a prayer for them. Don't be selfish with your prayers in this hour, because we all need one another to know that we're in this together. So with that being said, I love y'all. Y'all continue to keep praying for me as I pray for y'all. And if you've not turned your notification bells on at this time, turn your notification bell on, because I love to uplift, motivate, and inspire. And I pray that there's something in this video that will uplift, motivate, and inspire you to be able to get you to your next destination. I love you, and be blessed.